Hello, today we're going to talk about permutations. Permutations is one of our fundamental counting principles. So let's start off with a definition. Permutation is when you are looking to arrange a series of objects in a particular order. The order of the objects is super important here. Looks like a funny little formula here. I've got some factorials and some parentheses, so let's go through and make sure we know what everything means. The n right here is going to represent all of the objects that are available. So that's the total number of objects available to you. But the R here is going to be how many you actually want to put in order. Sometimes you don't actually want to put everything you have in order. Sometimes you only want a couple of them. And that's why the order becomes so important. Let's pause for a moment here to realize, if you're looking this up online, there's a lot of ways to write permutations. This is the format that I like to use the most with the NPR. But you could also have it kind of set this way, offset a little bit with the NPR. You've also got parentheses. This is a common way, using the permutation of n taken r at a time. Or even this, which just assumed that it's n taken r at a time. The point is, remember, the number of objects is how many you have available, that's n, and the r is how many objects you want to order. Sometimes the easiest way to practice with permutations is just go ahead and look at an example, an application. Remember, order is important, so here's a word problem, and let's look at it. We're going to run a race with 10 runners, and we want to know how many different ways we can award first, second, and third place. Basically your gold, silver, and bronze medal. If you're not sure if order is important, think about that second place person, or better yet, think about the person who's in fourth place. They'll tell you that order is definitely important here. So we recognize order is important, so we are going to be using a permutation. Now, what's the n and what's the r? Remember, the n represents the total number of objects available. In this case, we do have 10 runners in the race. The r is going to be how many we want to actually put in order. Well, in this case, we're only giving out 3 trophies or 3 places or 3 ribbons. So we only have 3 objects that we want to order. So let's plug those into our formula. 10 factorial for 10 runners divided by 10 minus 3 factorial on the bottom. Now, of course, 10 minus 3 is really 7 factorial. So I remind myself what a factorial means. Of course, that means 10 times 9 times 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Same thing with the 7, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But remember what happens right here. The 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, they're the same in the numerator and denominator. They're basically going to cancel out. So when they go away, I'm really just left with 10 times 9 times 8. So there are 720 ways to award first, second, and third place for 10 different runners in a race. Okay, let's try another. Look at it the same way. You go ahead and try on your own here. Excellent. So we're going to try to choose our top 5 tracks from our 25 most played songs in the library. Everybody's always making their top 5 list. Top 5 this, top 5 movies, top 5 scenes. So you're going to make your top 5 list from your 25 most played songs. Well, again, does order matter? Well, your number 1 song, that's the big reveal, right? So we know we will be using a permutation. Again, let's go through and find n and r. Remember, n represents all objects available. Well, let's see, there are 25 of my most played songs available, so that's the n. But I only want to choose the top 5. So I'm going to be doing a permutation of 25 items and choosing 5. That's going to look like 25 factorial over 25 minus 5 factorial, which is, of course, 20 factorial. As before, I try to write all that out, but I'm really not interested in writing out all the way down to 1, 25 to 1. But I do realize that right here from 20 down is going to be the same in the numerator and the denominator, and they will cancel away. So the number of unique lists that I can create is going to be 6,375,600. That probably explains why everyone is always arguing on YouTube about their top 5 list.